So speaking of age, Alo has been sued by a 42-year-old yoga instructor and influencer who apparently is very popular and was like their lead or one of their most famous yoga instructors for age discrimination. She is 42 and uh, claims that she was basically pushed out because her age no longer met the quote unquote Alo aesthetic. What's going on with this?
Yeah, so I think this company used to be a little bit more under the radar, and then pretty relatively recently, like maybe in the last couple years, has definitely had kind of a branding push. And I think they have sort of like pop-up lounges and things like that. And they definitely, I think started to become much more prevalent in terms of their brand than maybe prior to that. Like you said, it was Lululemon that you kind of saw a lot of young women wearing. And there's been sort of a shift, and I think Aloe has kind of come out as one of the more desirable brands. Then obviously you see like a backlash where there's people who are like, no, it's horrible, and this other thing that you don't have is better. But anyway, so I think she's alleging that in the context of this sort of rebranding kind of expansion that they are having, because I think they used to be a little bit more small in their reach, and now they're really, like I said, with the lounges and things like that, they're becoming a lot more sort of ubiquitous. And her allegation is that as they have sort of done this expansion and rebrand, they have started to focus on much younger women as being sort of the faces of the brand. And she says in her lawsuit that they sort of said to her, when, because I guess she was making a salary, and bonuses and all of these things sort of started dwindling, and they told her they were sort of changing their focus. And she says that in the context of this company, changing your focus, changing our focus is sort of code word for discrimination, for age discrimination.
Yeah, we're going to be focusing on different things. Um, the standard, this is, all right, well, this is in California law.